That beautiful music. Ah, Maple Story. Back in the days. Those were the days, eh? Also, hi, Lantis. I see you put your obligatory peach in the chat, welcoming Zara, of course. Her and her lovely peach. We all love Zara's peach. But we gotta go, because, well, it's back to Five Nights at Freddy's, but we're doing Five Nights at Freddy's 3 today. So welcome back for another episode of this franchise playthrough. We're already about to be almost halfway through. There's been more games than the first six that we're watching, but we're already almost halfway through. Yeah, it's a short franchise when you just watch somebody do a flawless playthrough, you know? Let me pull up the playlist real quick. I want to close the music though. I'll do my outro with that too. The playlist. Open link in new tab. Bring it over here. I've consolidated all the yeah, I went ahead and consolidated all the videos we've been using into this playlist so I can find them more easier. I even already put in the jump scares for FNAF 3, but there's actually not going to be a lot of them compared to number 2. You'll find out soon why, but alright. Kill the music, and let's get on with it. That might explain a lot. Let me refresh my chat so it's recentered. There we go. I don't know why Streamlabs is doing that. Whatever. You know what? Maybe I just have to make this a little wider. Oh, please don't break anything. Forget the peach. We need to see more of Zara's cherries. Her cherries. The nips. Saying hashtag free the nips. Because I would have to be in agreement. But unfortunately that would probably require me to have to do some modifications to PSO Tune and Genesis that I wouldn't know how to start. Okay, there we go. Alright, we're all set up, so we're starting Five Nights at Freddy's 3. Let me raise the volume. Yeah. Turn on the captions ahead of time this time. Voice boost is on, good. Alright, so like I said, this one adds a hell of a lot new lore to the franchise. This is where the story actually starts to sort of form and get an identity. So for those who've just been watching, like, where's this even going? What the hell is this? So far, it just seems like, you know, very straightforward, you know, hide from the animatronics kind of thing. This is where it starts to get interesting. That's all I'll say. That's what we got. We hit new game and we see another newspaper ad, like before. It says, coming soon, Fazbear's Fright, the horror attraction. Local amusement park is getting ready to scare your socks off with a new attraction based on the unsolved mysteries of Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. Featuring actual relics from the decades-old pizzeria, this new attraction is guaranteed to bring back your childhood in the worst possible way. It's kind of fourth wall breaking if somebody who grew up with this is watching this now, like 10 plus years later. He thought ahead, Mr. Scott. Or Mr. Scott, you can hand over the girl because I'm afraid you're not worth a penny, I'm afraid. You can die. Quoting Salazar from Resident Evil 4. So just based on this, it seems like the context of this one is it's been many years since the events of the first 2 games. So this is far into the future. And because they're calling them relics, the suits and all that, the animatronics, they're calling them relics, and so it insinuates that this is many years into the future. And they never solved all the mysteries of what was going on back then with people dying, getting trapped in suits, yada yada, all that stuff that we've been seeing. So now they're just making a horror-based attraction, like a haunted house kind of thing, like when they do Halloween Horror Nights in at Universal Studios or something, right? You know, Halloween haunted houses, stuff like that. And so that's the attraction now, is embracing the creepiness of these animatronics and the unsolved mysteries around them. And yeah, we'll see what happens. The creepy music right off the bat. Weird new sound effect. 12 a.m. first night. Here we go. Let's get further context on what's going on.
Hey, glad you came back for another night. I promise it'll be a lot more interesting this time.
Right on, dude.
Some great new relics over the weekend, and we're out tracking down a new lead right now. So, let me just update you real quick, then you can get to work. Like, the attraction opens in like a week, so we have to make sure everything works and nothing catches on fire. When the place opens, people will come in at the opposite end of the building and work their way toward you, then past you, and out the exit.
Hello?
Yeah, you've officially become part of the attraction. You'll be starring as the security guard. So not only will you be monitoring the people on the camera as they pass through, you know, to make sure no one steals anything or makes out in the corner, but you'll also be a part of the show. It'll make it feel really authentic, I think. Now let me tell you about what's new. We found another set of drawings, always nice, and a foxy head, which we think could be authentic. Then again, it might just be another crappy cosplay. And we found a desk fan, very old school, metal though. Watch the fingers. Right now the place is basically just, you know, flashing lights and spooky.
That's right. They used to actually make fans out of metal until they realized it was chopping people's fingers off because for some reason they would stick their finger into it despite the grate that they put there to discourage you from doing that. and so then yeah, they stopped making fans out of metal. Now they make it out of something that won't slice your finger off immediately. So he's basically trying to recreate what we saw in the first two games. Like he's been this guy that we're talking to who's got that surfer way of talking, but you can tell it's the same voice actor at least as the security guard from the previous games, which as far as I know is the creator of the game who's talking to us right now. He's in character, but it's him and his voice that he did this because he was making these games on his own at the beginning. Anyway, yeah, he's got a surfer way of speaking right now, but yeah, so he's trying to recreate the security guard aspect of it as well from what happened in the first two games many years ago, including the little fan. I thought that's really cool that he's going to that level of detail, you know?
Right now the place is basically just, you know, flashing lights and spooky props. I honestly thought we'd have more by now. If we don't have something really cool by next week, then we may have to suit you up in a furry suit and make you walk around saying, boo. But, you know, like I said, we're trying to track down a good lead right now. Some guy who helped design one of the buildings says it was like an extra room that got boarded up or something like that. So we're going to take a peek and see what we can find. For now, just get comfortable with the new setup. You can check the security cameras over to your right with the click of that blue button. You can toggle between the hall cam and the vent cam. Then over to your far left, you can flip up your maintenance panel. You know, use this to reboot any systems that may go offline. In trying to make the place feel vintage, we may have overdone it a bit. Some of this equipment is barely functional. Yeah, I wasn't joking about the fire. That's a real risk. The most important thing you want to watch for is the ventilation. Look, this place will give you the spooks, man. And if you let that ventilation go offline, then you'll start seeing some crazy stuff, man. Keep that air flowing. Okay, keep an eye on things, and we'll try to have something new for you tomorrow night.
He went way too authentic. He turned this into a death trap. You're saying I can run out of oxygen and start hallucinating? What the hell, man?
Hello?
So we can play a voice clip for some reason of Balloon Boy's little hello from decades ago. I think when the screen, the static flickers like that, it can update to show, you know, one of the animatronics coming towards you. So if you're just staring at one camera, it will eventually like flicker like that, and then it could be standing there. Well, that's it. 6 a.m. First night's always free, basically.
You son of a bitch.
WASD. Oh, we got a mini game. We seem to be playing as Freddy Fazbear in some kind of 8-bit scenario of. Well, there's a purple Freddy that just ran off saying "Follow me." We went in a different direction, but somehow we're following him now. Somehow he's in front of us. Keep saying "Follow me." Hey, there's a fan. Wait, is this a security office from the second game? The map layout looks like... Yeah, this map layout actually seems a lot like the map layout we saw in the second Five Nights at Freddy's. The 1987 restaurant. It matches up, the geography. Okay, keep saying "Follow me." Error. Holy shit!
Surprise, motherfucker.
Well, that happened. Some purple dude just came out and destroyed the animatronic we were controlling. Okay.
Hey man, okay.
What the hell is this? What just happened? Wait, what did he
Hey
click?
man, okay.
Oh, this must be like an Easter egg I didn't know about before. Okay, so he just clicked on the thing that sucks about this is that it just interrupted the call though. It's a little drawing of Balloon Boy you can barely see right here on the wall in this camera. He clicked on it and he went into this minigame I've never seen before. It's on camera 8.
Okay.
BB's Air Adventure. Holy shit, it's loud. Jesus. What the hell? Only his jumps are loud as fuck. Oh, I'm gonna turn it down. Jesus. He just jumped out of bounds. Oh, that's part of the design. Yo, this is cool. What the hell is this? Dude, even turning down the volume is some loud ass jumps. What the fuck were we just seeing in that silhouette? We just restarted the second night again. What the f... I've never seen that before. The last time I watched a playthrough of this, that didn't happen. Oh, here we go again. Mangle's Quest. What the fuck is going on? Oh, we're putting Mangle back together. His body parts. Hey. Stay away from the kids who try to take you apart too. Why does it have another head? Oh, well, we're out of bounds again. Only the jumps are insanely loud. Is that... Okay, I meant to ask this last time, but... Is that somebody crying? It looked like 3 people were doing that in the last silhouette we saw with the Balloon Boy one. It's like somebody hunched over and there's like water gushing out of their eyes or something. Well, we got 8-bit adventures now. Hey, we got cake! And the second night just restarted again. We're stuck in a time loop, doing minigames. Excellent. The balloon boy one again? I have no idea where this is going. We will eventually get to night 3. Eventually. I'm guessing this is part of like how you get 100% completion in this game. Oh, things are a little different now. Looks like what we did with Mangle affected Balloon Boy's adventure. It's like those video games with intersecting paths with different characters where the actions of one affects another. See, this is what I was talking about, yeah. Looks like a kid who's crying, but they're in black and white. There's a cake. They open their eyes. And that's it. I just noticed this detail here in the regular game. All the animatronic suits are right here in this box. They haven't actually put them together yet, it seems. So we haven't really seen them in the cameras, except for... There seems to be just one I don't recognize. But I think I saw Chica's head somewhere else too. On a different camera. Ceiling air vent? You can close the air vent so that they don't crawl through. Okay. Did you guys notice too? The cute little, there's 3 of them anyway, but the cute little mini animatronic toys on the desk right by the fan. The security guard desk. That's really cute. Got little Bonnie, Freddy, and Chica. They look adorable.
Hello?
Hello. So the player is making that sound effect. Balloon Boy's not around, but his voice clips are. Oh, there we go. One of the animatronics is moving. Wait. And right there. Oh my! Holy shit! Okay, I didn't see that. Look at. Look, see what I was talking about. When it goes fuzzy, if you're looking at the right side of the screen where it says Cam 10, right behind it, now there's an eyeball there looking at us. It disappeared, now it's back. So based on this, we can infer that the player is luring the animatronic using that audio. Because as soon as it left, he played the audio and it came back. Uh-oh, there's a video error.
Hello?
Gotta restart the camera system. Rebooting. Please wait. Oh, there's an imminent threat coming towards you. Holy shit. Wait, that wasn't... What the fuck was that? That didn't look like... No, that was different from the animatronic that's still here on the screen. What the fuck was on the camera? Audio devices malfunctioning. Restarting. They went in on the futuristic sci-fi on this one, huh? Not really sci-fi. Just more modern, we can say, than the 80s and 90s. Oh, the ventilation stopped working. We're gonna run out of air. It's right there on the right, looking at us. Looking at the camera. And it's... Oh, it's in the air vent. Cam 11. Big ass air vent leading to close to where we are. It can lead all the way to Cam 1, which is right next to us.
Hello?
I think the player can tell where that animatronic is That unfamiliar animatronic. It's not one of the ones we know. I think I can tell from their vast experience, just from seeing how, or from listening and watching how the screen flickers, they can tell when it's moving, so they know when to play the audio to lure it back to that spot. Because they're not even looking at the camera, they're just like, nah. Like, they're so good at the game, they don't even have to look at where it's at. They're just like, and hit the button. Holy shit.
Hi.
There it was again. It looked like some kind of zombified... It looked like a zombified version of Balloon Boy or something. Okay, he lured him back out of the air vent and he went back the way he came. He's in cam 9. He's gone again. The thing is, where cam 10 is, there's another air vent that leads directly to where we are, on the right side. The right side of our POV, basically. The security office.
Hi.
The other air vent leads to the room next to us. The one that we can sort of see through this doorway.
Hi.
So far, this game's a hell of a lot less quieter. It's a lot less, or sorry, it's a lot more quieter and, you know, more quiet and a little bit less hectic. Than the second game. The second game with the, but then again, we're not at night, you know, 3 yet, so. Uh-oh. Running out of air. Come on, Coagan. You got what you wanted. Give these people air. Is that an image in the static? Look, it looks like a kid crying. You can only see it when the static is actually flickering, otherwise it gets deformed. So I have to keep the video playing, but look. Right here.
Hi.
Look, that looks like a really sad face. And the outline looked like a kid curled up in like the fetal position. That's something else I never saw either. If that was a thing in the playthrough I watched back in 2016, I definitely don't remember seeing that before. Or I could just be seeing shit because I'm hallucinating myself, I don't know. I'm 100% sober, so I shouldn't be, but... In the fucking air vent. The fuck is that thing? I wonder if that shape was always there. The silhouette of the kid crying that I think I'm seeing. But I'm not even sure. Was that always there, or am I just seeing shit? Or did it recently appear, or... in the static? Oh, it's about to restart the ventilation or the video, but...
You son of a bitch.
it did it! Oh, now we're playing as Bonnie. Freddy's gone. Yeah, this is definitely the place from the second game, based on the map layout we're seeing. Okay, so that must have been where they build the animatronics, that room. There's a purple Freddy saying, "Follow me again." We're saying, fuck that and going south. Yet somehow he teleports and he's there anyway. Gonna go through the security office again. In the second game, you can see the fan right there. That fan is the biggest clue. That is the security office from the second game. But there's no hallway in the middle. So maybe it's not. I don't know. Maybe it's just a place that has a very similar layout. This is where... Wait, no, it's the next screen where Freddy got dismantled. Yeah, there he is. He's in pieces. Error. purple guy seems to have a thing against those animatronics for some reason. We did miss the phone call for the second night, unfortunately. It did get skipped from this guy going right into the, to that little minigame. That kind of sucks, honestly. Let's see what happens now. But maybe they were on a time limit. Maybe they had to do that when they did it.
Hello. For today's lesson, we will be continuing.
Okay, see, now I gotta go find it, because now we don't have the context for this. Alright, so give me a sec. I'm gonna find the, I'm gonna see if I can find a quick, like, alternate playthrough that doesn't do that minigame, just so we can hear the phone call from the second night, because there's a reason we're hearing the security guard from the first two games again, and now we don't. Like, that's not established because he did that. Let me go for the low-hanging fruit and check this playthrough. Give me 1 second, because I want to avoid spoilers ahead of time. Let me darken the screen. Headphone warning, because I don't know how loud this other video is going to be. It shouldn't be. I have the limiter on anyway, so it shouldn't pass a certain threshold though. Let me check. Okay, let me see. F3.
You'll also be a part of the show. It'll make it feel really authentic.
Okay, so this is night one's phone call. We heard this.
Let me tell you about what
Just fast forward a little bit. Actually, yeah, I'll do it. I'll raise the speed real quick. Shit, even at raised speed, I can't really move through it that quickly because since I'm streaming, it's tying up the internet, so the video can't like load fast enough. See if I can use the preview. I hope this guy doesn't skip the phone call either at the same exact time. Okay, that's the end of the first night. He's playing a little differently. He actually followed the purple. He actually followed the purple Freddy directly, but the same thing happened. Okay, hold on. I gotta make sure he doesn't skip it until it's over. Holy shit, it's a long recording. Okay, he didn't skip it. Alright, but there's no subtitles on this, so you're gonna have to really pay attention to this, unfortunately. This video doesn't have subtitles. We'll go back to the other video after, you know, we hear the phone call, just, you know, because we missed it. But, let me switch it back to... Yeah, that silhouette's always there. Oh shit, oops. Okay, let me show the screen. Alright, here we go. So pay close attention because, yeah, there's no subtitles. Look, no closed captions, unfortunately. This is a phone call we missed. We'll go back to the other video after this.
Hey man, okay, I have some awesome news for you. First of all, we found some vintage audio training cassettes. Dude, these are like prehistoric. I think they were like training tapes for like other employees or something like that. So I thought we could like have them playing like over the speakers as people walk through the attraction. Dude, that makes us feel legit, man. But I have an even better surprise for you. You're not gonna believe this. We found one. A real one. Gotta go, man. Well, look, it's in there somewhere. I'm sure you'll see it. Okay, I'll leave you with some of this great audio that I found. Talk to you later, man.
Okay, so he explained what he's about to do. He found, for those who maybe couldn't hear it over the, like, because I know it's like a little staticky and stuff. He explained that he found some vintage security guard training tapes from way back in the day when the restaurants were still operating. So he said, you know, all about authenticity, since it can make the whole horror haunted house attraction seem more legit, as he said. And he even did it with like the quotes, the way he paused. He said he can see them having it playing basically through the speakers throughout the attraction as people are walking through, basically through the haunted house, just to make it more legit. And he said he wanted to share them with you, so then he said he had to go for some reason, but he's gonna leave the security guard training tapes. He's gonna let them play just so you can listen to them. Just, I guess, so you have something to listen to while you're sitting here.
Hello? Hello?
I mean, he expects overnight guard shift duty to be boring, because usually it is. You're in a quiet location in real life. He doesn't know that we're being hunted by an animatronic. So far, only one. I don't see any other ones, but anyway. Alright, let's listen to the tape.
But I have an even better surprise for you. You're not gonna believe this. We found one. A real one. Gotta go, man. Well, look, it's in there somewhere. I'm sure you'll see it. Okay, I'll leave you with some of this great audio that I found. Talk to you later, man. Hello? Welcome to your new career as a performer/entertainer for Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. These tapes will provide you with much-needed information on how to handle/climb into/climb out of mascot costumes. Right now, we have 2 specially designed suits that double as both animatronic and suit. So please pay close attention while learning how to operate these suits, as accidents/injuries/death/irreparable and grotesque maiming can occur. First, we will discuss how to operate the mascots when they are in animatronic form. For ease of operation, the animatronics are set to turn and walk towards sound cues. This is an easy and hands-free approach to making sure the animatronics stay where the children are for maximum entertainment/crowd-pleasing value. To change the animatronics to suit mode, insert and turn firmly the hand crank provided by the manufacturer. Turning the crank will recoil and compress the animatronic parts around the sides of the suit, providing room to climb inside. Please make sure the spring locks are fastened tight to ensure the animatronic devices remain fixed. We will cover this in more detail in tomorrow's session. Remember to smile. You are the face of Freddy Fazbear's Pizza.
Why would you ever design something like that? Okay, so again, for those who didn't hear, I'll summarize. He basically said, because I know it's very low quality audio. He basically said he's giving a training security guard from the first 2 games. These are old tapes. They established that. And he's giving instructions on how to get into one of the animatronic suits. He's saying that that it doubles up as both an animatronic, but as well as a suit that you can get into yourself to actually play the part of the character as a human. But the way you have to get in is to move the animatronic parts to the outer edge of the inside of the suit so that your arms and legs and your whole body can actually fit in there. But they're on loaded springs that will eventually compress and then turn back into like its endoskeleton, like its proper endoskeleton form, so that the animatronic can move on its own. And so what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to open the use some kind of like hand crank, he said, to open all the spring parts to get the coils like all the way up and move all the metal parts out to the outer edge of the inside of the suit, like I said earlier, and then lock it into place so that when you're in the suit, the springs don't just suddenly, collapse and crush your entire body and inside the suit, essentially. And so that's why I said at the end, why the fuck would you ever design that? Like, who would ever in their right mind ever crawl into something like that? Why would you get into a suit that could do that? It's like if somebody fucks with the safety mechanisms of it, it can just collapse and literally just squish you inside the suit. Like, you'll just be compressed to death. So we got some new lore about, which, if you combine it with some of the things the security guard has said in the first 2 games, you can tell this company was just doing some very shady, doesn't give a fuck about safety kind of things, which, that's typical of most corporations and companies. They don't give a shit about safety until they get sued or something. And then they put in some kind of policy to, actually prioritize safety because they don't want to get sued again, not because they actually care. But yeah, this is like beyond just pure negligence, you know what I mean? Like, it's just like, why would you ever design it that way? Like, if somebody's gonna wear the suit, it shouldn't have any kind of spring mechanisms or metallic parts that can just kill them like that. It should be one or the other, but it's just like, nah, man, this will save money. That way it can move on its own, but it can also have somebody inside of it if we just like you know, turn off the robotic mode and then open up all the spring mechanisms to let someone in. Like, it's just that's just a horrible fucking idea. And so yeah, that's apparently what they did. So that happened. I'll put the alarm. Oh, he coming. All right, let's switch back to the other video. The same night. Well, no, that was night 2. So now we can switch back to the other video because he was actually listening to the... He was actually letting the phone call play for night 3, and that one will actually have subtitles. It seems like we didn't talk to the surfer dude at the beginning of night 3. It just went straight into the old security guard tape. Let's see. Right where we left off. I like the eeriness of this new start sound. It's all in 8-bit though, it's interesting.
Hello. For today's lesson, we will be continuing our training on proper...
Well, never mind. I guess we're gonna have to go back to the other video. Chica's party. I'll switch back to the other video so we can hear the phone call again because homeboy here skipped it again. Wait, is she... Oh, she's handing out the food to crying kids? Make them happy again? That's right. I think they did show Chica was like, she had like a little... yeah, she has a bib on, so she's like... What she does is food related. So this animatronic passed out food. Yeah. These look like... cupcakes, I'm guessing? Oh, I better lower the volume. This shit's loud. The jumping sounds are loud as hell. The hell? Out of bounds again. It's another crying kid. Cake. The kid opened his eyes. And that's it. Okay, that restarted night 3. Alright, I don't know if there's going to be another minigame or not, but let me go back to the other video so we can hear the phone call that we missed.
To ensure the animatronic devices remain fixed. We will cover this in more detail in tomorrow's session. Remember to smile. You are the face of Freddy Fazbear's Pizza.
Okay, I'm gonna fast... yeah, I can see up here what night it is. Let me, jump ahead. I think they're restarting night 2. They're doing the minigames that the other guy did. But this guy actually waited for the phone call to go before he did went into the minigames. Oh, he's doing the same thing we saw the other player do. Still night 2. Shit. Let me actually use the mouse to skip ahead because this is 5 a.m. We're almost there. Okay, there we go. Yep, same thing. Okay, here we go. Night 3.
Hello. For today's lesson, we will be continuing our training on proper handling techniques. When using an animatronic as a suit, please ensure that the animatronic parts are tightly compressed and fastened by the spring lock located around the inside of the suit.
Yeah, there's a reminder. Make sure the animatronic parts are securely fastened and spring locked into the outer edges of the suit so that they don't just suddenly clamp down and kill you.
Take a few moments to position your head and torso between these parts in a manner where you can move and speak. Try not to nudge or press against any of the spring locks inside the suit. Do not touch.
Try not to push up against any of the spring locks inside the suit. Otherwise you'll kill yourself basically. Again, horrific idea.
Spring lock at any time, or press against any of the spring locks inside the suit. Do not touch the spring lock at any time. Do not breathe on the spring locks, as moisture may loosen them and cause them to break loose.
Do not breathe on the spring locks? Is that what he said? I can't even tell, but like, what the fuck, dude? Like, again, who would ever get into this? Who would ever hear that and be like, yeah, this sounds safe?
In case that the spring locks
Like,
become loose while you're wearing them, cause them to break loose. In the case that the spring locks come loose while you're wearing a suit, please try to maneuver away from populated areas before bleeding out, as to not ruin the customer experience.
This has gone beyond parody. He literally just said, if for some reason you do touch one of the spring locks, and you know, we know what would happen at that point. If that happens, he said, please try to move away from out of view from the customers before bleeding out, so as to not ruin their experience. So basically, if you're in the middle of being compressed to death by the mechanical death trap you crawled into like an idiot, make sure you move away from the customers before you die, and you don't want to bleed out in front of them because that'll just ruin everything. You know, think about their experience, man. You got to put customers first. You know.
You bastard!
Wearing a suit, please try to maneuver away from populated areas before bleeding out, as to not ruin the customer experience. As always, if there is ever an emergency, please go to the designated safe room. Every location is built with one extra room that is not included in the digital map layouts programmed into the animatronics or security system. This room is hidden to customers, invisible to animatronics, and is always off camera. As always, remember to smile. You are the face of Freddy Fazbear's Pizza.
Okay, that's an interesting clue. He just told us that there's for safety purposes, go to, basically in his own words, he said go to like some secret room that is nowhere on the digital map layout or on camera. It's hidden out of view of a camera, and it's hidden from the map, like the one we're seeing here, basically. There's a secret room that's, I guess, like a panic room, I think he was trying to imply, if something goes wrong. But of course, we don't know. I mean, we have to assume he's talking about one of the old restaurants. Not this horror attraction that we have here, unless the attraction that we're looking after is actually based inside one of the old restaurants. Though the layout looks completely different from the first two games. But again, they had multiple restaurants, so, you know. Either way, that's, you know, there's an interesting little breadcrumb right there to keep in the back of our minds. That there's a hidden room somewhere that you can't see through a camera, and it's not shown on the map either. Okay, now he's doing the minigame. So at least this guy, you know, he lets the phone call play before going to the minigame. The other guy didn't have the patience, apparently. He was just like, yeah, fuck it, because since it restarts the night, he probably just wanted to get through it. Oh. Well, hopefully no other games have this kind of mechanic so that we don't have to jump around like this just to get the lore. Let's go back to this one again. The one with subtitles.
Hi.
Hi.
Hello.
Burp.
Hello.
The image in the static does look a little different, so maybe I wasn't hallucinating. I think it changed now. Okay, we're at night 3. And things are still pretty quiet. Again, mostly because he's playing very optimally. Because it can get chaotic.
Hi.
I do remember the playthrough I saw 10 years ago. It definitely was way louder and more chaotic than this. You'll find out what I mean when we get to the jump scare montage at the end of this. For this game. Beep, beep. You can hear the damn thing crawling through the vent. So it's starting to look like, yeah, there is only one animatronic. It looks kind of like Bonnie, but it's a different color. It's not purple. It's not like that purple blue. Well, it's mostly purple. Because it has bunny ears.
Hello.
But it's more of like a sort of goldish brown color.
Hi.
Hi. Yeah, I see a very different image now in the static. Nothing discernible though. Oh! That's what I meant. That's what I meant by chaotic. That scared the living fucking shit out of me. I was hyperventilating just like the dude. No, I wasn't. Obviously, you would see it on camera if I was. But still, that fit. That looked like Foxy? One-time Foxy or whatever? But again, it looked like a weird, dilapidated, like zombie-like version of it. And it turns out it was just a hallucination too, because it didn't kill us. But all the systems went down.
Hello.
The camera, look at the background. Behind the camera. On the window there, there was something that just walked by. Slowly, like a zombie or something. So that must have been one of the hallucinations that Mr. Surfer dude was talking about, if the ventilation turns off. But it was on before it jump scared the shit out of us. I wasn't expecting a single jump scare just because of the fact that he was playing so well. I thought nothing was gonna happen. So that genuinely scared the fuck out of me. I was like, oh, jeez. I'm surprised I didn't physically jump more. I just kind of went like, oh shit. But like, you know that shock you feel when something scares you, on the inside? Like, this is your whole nervous system just goes like, I was like, holy fuck. Uh-oh, the ventilation. It went down for a second. I want to hallucinate again.
Hi.
Shit, maybe that zombie-looking walking thing that passed by behind the camera while we were looking into it might have just been another hallucination because nothing happened.
Hi.
It looked like Freddy. But from the side view, like, even though it was a side view when it was walking by back here, it almost looked like the Freddy animatronic that was just like slowly like zombie walking forward. Zombie walking. That's the best way to describe it, yeah. That's what it looked like what it was doing. Now we're playing as Chica. Here we go again. She's got the cupcake. Gonna go deliver. What the hell are those numbers? I wasn't there before. 3, 2, 5. No. I'm reading that wrong. It's 3, 9. Yeah, if it's going from top to bottom on the left side there. It looks like 3, 9, 5, 2, 4, 8. Wonder what that means. I don't think I'm gonna remember that number. Follow me. Follow me. Was this Leon talking to Ashley? Follow me. Wait. Follow me. Wait. Follow me. Wait. Follow me. Few people will get that reference. Oh, here we go again. Error. And there goes another one. Another one bites the dust. The purple guy struck again. Destroyed another animatronic. Making a graveyard in that fucking room. Maybe that room he keeps going into is the secret room that the audio tape was talking about. Yeah. Where the purple guy keeps coming out after the purple Freddy goes in there. Maybe that's the secret room. That's the reason that's why they would tell us. It's like that's the only way to explore the place, even if it's not the same place as where we are now. That's the closest we get to actually exploring one of the restaurants for this pizza chain or whatever. Is in that little 8-bit minigame. So the audio tape might have been a clue for what to do there during those little sequences in between nights. What the hell? How did you... Dude, how did people find this? Look at what he's doing with his mouse. And this starts another minigame, which means I have to go back to the other video to hear the phone call. Boop, 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 boop. Like, that's a keypad? The little wall under the window is a keypad, basically? It's a hidden keypad with the tiles? 3, 9, 5, 2, 4, 8. It's the numbers we saw in the little... Oh, there we go. That's what the numbers were for. Yeah. If the wall tiles match up with... I've never seen this. I never saw this on the playthrough I saw 10 years ago. This must be shit that was discovered way after that. Yeah, this is 100% new. So if we look at this and imagine it being like a keypad that goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Like that, which is how most keypads are, especially if like it's a phone... Stuff like that. It's reversed for keyboards, what I'm looking at right now. 1, 2, 3 is on the bottom. But if you start from the top, that should be what he punched in. Let's see. 3, 9, 5, 2, 4, 8. Now let me go verify that. Three, 9, 5, 2, 4, 8. Yeah, that's the code we see there. Jesus, man. Like I said, this is... The layers this game has, that this franchise has, it's exactly like how you would discover the lore and the story for the Call of Duty Zombies. The Call of Duty Black Ops Zombies campaigns way back in the day. You had to do shit like that. You had to do some weird 5-head shit just to get the story bits. You had to solve puzzles that to this day I look back and think if we didn't have access to YouTube we never would have. There's no way. Like there's just, you have to think of some really niche shit to figure out shit like that. Like who found this, you know? It just makes you wonder like who the hell figured this out? Okay, so we'll start here. We're at 2:08:58. Let's go back to we want to hear the phone call, so this is night 4, right?
Animatronics or security system. This room is hidden to customers, invisible to...
This room was hidden from customers, invisible from digital maps and cameras. Oh, did he skip the phone call too?
Always remember to smile.
No, I skipped too far ahead. Okay.
Hello?
Okay, here we go. 12 a.m. 4th night. It's too bad the one that doesn't skip the phone call is the one without subtitles. Feels bad.
concerning use of the suit. Don't. After learning of an unfortunate incident at the sister location
Hello?
involving multiple and simultaneous spring lock failures, the company has deemed the suit temporarily unfit for employees.
Okay, so he just said what was obviously coming. There's been multiple spring lock failures on the suits, and a lot of employees have obviously gotten hurt or killed. Most likely killed. And he said, but it was due to an error at the sister location, he said?
Unfortunate incident. Hello. There's been a slight change of company policy concerning use of the suit. Don't. After learning of an unfortunate incident at the sister location.
Hello?
Okay, yeah, he said, after learning of an incident at the sister location.
Don't. After learning of
An unfortunate incident at the sister location.
incident at the sister location
Hello?
involving multiple and simultaneous spring lock failures.
Involving multiple and simultaneous spring lock failures. Okay. Just making sure I caught that.
The company has deemed the suit temporarily unfit for employees. Safety is top priority at Freddy Fazbear's Pizza.
See, the company has deemed the suits unfit for employees. Safety priority is, is the top. Safety is the top priority at Freddy Fazbear's. Yeah, you only say that now because you already, got fucked.
Which is why the classic suits are being retired to an appropriate location while being looked at by our technicians. Until replacements arrive, you will be expected to wear the temporary costumes provided to you. Keep in mind that they were found on very short notice, so questions about appropriateness/relevance should be deflected. I repeat, the classic suits are not to be touched, activated, or worn. That being said, we are free of liability. Do as you wish. As always, remember to smile. You are the face of Freddy Fazbear's Pizza.
Wait, that sounded like a mixed message.
Found on very short notice, and the temporary costumes issued. Until replacements arrive.
So until replacements for the spring lock suits arrive, they found some classic suits that I guess maybe don't have that mechanism on very short notice, so they rushed to find something for them to wear. But then I think he says don't wear it because they haven't checked them yet.
You will be expected to wear the temporary costumes provided to you.
You'll be expected to wear the temporary costumes.
Keep in mind that they were found on very short notice, so questions about appropriateness/relevance should be deflected.
That's hella shady. They just said you have to wear the replacement outfits that they found on very short notice. Like, you're gonna have to do that. But then he said, because they were found on short notice, the questions about the appropriateness of being forced to wear them despite them not knowing a damn thing about the classic outfits and whether they're also safe or not should just be deflected. That's what he said. If you're questioned on whether it's appropriate or not to put on one of these classic outfits, you should deflect the question. So if you're like a manager and one of your employees is like, wait, so I have to wear this now because the other suits were recalled? And this is like, yeah. And then they go, but like, how do I know this one's safe if the other ones were recalled because they weren't safe? You should just deflect that. Like, if you're one of the managers, you should just be like, don't ask questions. Now put on the suit or you're going to get fired. That's what he's saying you should do. This company is hella fucking shady, dude.
You bastard! Son of a...
I repeat, the classic suits are not to be touched, activated, or worn. That being said, we are free of liability. Do as you wish.
So he just said, I repeat, the classic suits are not to be touched or worn or something else.
I repeat, the classic suits are not to be touched, activated, or worn.
Not to be touched, activated, or worn.
That being said, we are free of liability. Do as you wish.
That being said, we are free of liability. So maybe he's saying, I think he's saying that the suits that got recalled, you shouldn't put them on. The ones with the spring locks in them. Because why would he contradict? I'll listen to that one more time, but I'm pretty sure that's what he actually meant. Is that, people have to put on the replacement suits because they're no longer allowed to put on the ones with the spring locks. Let's see.
You will be expected to wear the temporary costumes provided.
Yeah, you'll be expected to wear the temporary costumes.
Suits are being on failures. The company has deemed the suits temporarily unfit for employees. Safety is top priority at Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, which is why the classic suits are being retired to an appropriate.
Yeah, okay. See, okay. Now I see how he labeled them. The classic suits are being retired. Classic is the one with the spring locks. Okay, he didn't contradict himself. That's what confused me. So the classic suits, you can no longer wear them. because of the spring locks and that they're being recalled back to wherever. They said the technicians are gonna look at them. So the spring lock ones are the classic ones. He's telling you don't wear those, but you will be forced to wear the temporary ones that they found on short notice.
Location while being looked
Yeah.
at by our technicians. Until replacements arrive, you will be expected to wear the temporary costumes provided to you. Keep in mind that they were found on very short notice, so questions about appropriateness/relevance should be deflected.
Questions about appropriateness/ relevance should be deflected. Okay.
I repeat, the classic suits are not to be touched, activated, or worn. That being said, we are free of liability. Do as you wish.
So because we said that, we're now free of liability, so you're free to do as you wish, which is him saying, if you still want to put on the spring lock outfit, have at it. But we already told you not to, so we're free of liability.
As always, remember to smile. You are the face of Freddy Fazbear's Teeth.
Well, okay then. Okay, now that the phone call's over, he's doing the same thing as the other guy. He's punching in the numbers. Yeah. So we can switch back. Well, we got more lore about these spring lock outfits. That is some loud shit. Well, I hadn't turned my own volume down yet. It looks like we're playing as Freddy now. Right here at the beginning, it looks like Golden Freddy, actually. That's not the normal brown one. And the dude next to him seems to be... That looks a lot like the animatronic that's trying to kill us in the main game. Remember I said it had like a golden brown look to it? They're both gold. The Freddy and whatever that thing is. It looks like some kind of weird bunny thing. They're both golden. They both have that same golden brown thing, or color scheme going on. This just says stage 1. What the Oh, out of bounds. I wonder how the player did that. Do you have to land in that specific spot, or... Well, this is interesting. It's almost like he's doing some kind of... It's almost like he's doing some kind of weird, jumping wall glitch or something in like a classic video game. Like an actual... Like an old real-life video game. But this is clearly part of the actual game. He's not doing an actual glitch. This was definitely intended. Again, how do you figure this shit out? How did he know exactly where to go? Every screen looked exactly the same, and somehow he knew exactly where to go to find the crying kid. Which he's done in every single minigame. He has made every animatronic find a crying kid. Also, the fact that they're in black and white... The crying kid, I mean, instead of the same color scheme as the rest of like the little minigame, means it's... Maybe it's implying that it's like the ghost of a crying kid? Like... Its eyes are hollow when it opens like that, see that? Once the cake appears? That's that's a crying kid for every animatronic so far. Right? I think Balloon Boy found one. And then... Chica, now Freddy, Mangle. That's 4, I think, yeah. 1 for each night. There might have been a 5th one, actually, because I think there was 2 minigames he played with. One was after night 1. One was Balloon Boy and then another one. And then he actually did night 2. Yeah, there was 2. So, no, it's actually been... The thing is, I don't think Balloon Boys ended with finding a kid. That one ended differently from all the other ones. Okay, so we're on night 4. Let me double check this. It started in night 2. Okay. Let me see what happened with Balloon Boy's thing. Or I think he just doesn't find a kid until the second playthrough of this. I can't make out this silhouette. checked this out. It looks like these are other balloon boys right here. 1, 2, 3. There's 3 other balloon boys in the as silhouettes in the background, but they're crying. You see that right there? It looks just like them. But they're crying. I can't tell what the hell's in the background though. Okay, let me move ahead. So he picks up that last balloon and it ends. Then he goes and finds the other minigame with Mangle. Goes to this weird hellish nightmare thing. Yeah, Mangle didn't find a kid either. He just got a cake, but there was no kid. There was no crying kid. And then he went back to the Balloon Boy one. Was able to take a different path thanks to Mangle making him a different path. And there's a crying kid. Okay, so Balloon Boy found a crying kid. But it was only with the help of Mangle. But Mangle didn't find one. So it is 4. I counted right. We've played as 5 different animatronics in these. But only 4 kids have been found. In these little minigames. Okay. Mangle didn't find a kid. He just helped Balloon Boy find one. Yeah, night 3.
Hello?
Night 3 was when Chica found a kid. Yep, right there. Chica's party. Okay. And then night 4 is the one we just saw. Where Freddy finds one. Yeah. So yeah, that's 4. 5 animatronics, 4 kids.
Hello.
Hello? Yeah, this golden bunny thing.
Hi.
I was standing next to Freddy in that last minigame. That's what's trying to kill us.
Hello.
It's just the one though. The other animatronics just seem to appear as like ghostly hallucinations or some shit. Like the one that scared the shit out of me. Because we just see their suit body parts are just lying around, but there's no, none of them are assembled or have endoskeletons in them, so it makes sense why the real ones are not actually moving. Their parts are just scattered everywhere. The only one that's moving is the one that's trying to kill us, obviously. This one.
Hi.
Hi. Beep, beep. So I guess if you have more than one that's experiencing an error, you should just hit reboot all. Even though it takes longer, it'll at least reboot them. Like, it takes longer than rebooting one at a time. But if you reboot one at a time when there's more than one that's experiencing an error, that takes even longer than just hitting reboot all. Yeah. So if only one is experiencing an error, just reboot that one. It's quicker than hitting reboot all. But if it's 2 or more, you should hit reboot all, basically. Because that's faster at that point. It's all about time management, basically. Yeah, this game's more about time management rather than... That's the new mechanic, or the new way to play this one. It's time management and not resource management. There's no power this time. Yeah. You're not like trying to preserve flashlight battery or electrical power in the restaurant. I guess there was a form of time management with the second one too, with the wind-up music box. Yeah, there was a little bit of time management in that one too, yeah.
Hi.
Hi.
Hello?
Yeah, that's faster than hitting reboot all. Fucking zombie balloon
Hi.
boy staring at the fucking camera again.
Hello? Hello?
Hello? Oh, I see the silhouette again. In the static. But yeah, I think it's just me. Or my eyes lost sight of the shape and now they can see it again. And it was always there from the very beginning. It's just always been there. I don't know. What the hell did he just do? Oh, the vent cams. When you check the vent cams, it shows a different grid. Yeah. Cam 12, 13, 15, and 11. Oh, and 14 up there. The little doors in the vents are the ones you can close. And close the one leading to him. From where cam 10 is. Beep, beep. Oh. That is Freddy. It's like a zombified Freddy animatronic. In the background, yeah. See it? Walking past the camera? He's walking like a zombie. He's heading towards the door. Right next to us. Okay, he closed the vent. He closed the vent door here. The red... See the red door? So, this fucking thing is right here. Trying to get to the office where we are. Right there. I know my camera's covering part of it. And this is red because the player basically closed the ventilation shaft off at this point to block this prick who's right here. Where camera 14 is. Coming towards us. I guess it's still a form of time and resource management. If you just look at the ventilation, camera, and audio systems as your resources, that can go down at any moment. To seal a vent, you double click one of the vent doors. Okay. Oh, you double click the vent camera button. Okay. It closes the nearest
Hi.
vent door, I guess, to the camera. Yep. This whole thing is just a game of cat and mouse with this one animatronic, basically. Instead of multiple.
Hello?
Forgot to turn the volume back up. And yet it hardly made a difference. It's so loud. Oh, now we're playing as Foxy. Oh, I see. So this is a curtain over here that we kept walking by as the other animatronics, and Foxy was behind it. Oh, so this might be the restaurant from the first game then. That explains why there's no middle hallway at the security office. There was no middle hallway in the security office in the first game. It was just a wall with the poster of the, you know, the whole place, and then the monitor and the fan right there. There's only two doors on the sides. Okay, so this map layout is from the first game. Oh, so they want us to compare. I see. The creator wants us to compare now. Maybe the map layout. We should go back and look at it. It's in the same video, so I can go back. Okay, so the curtain is supposedly on this far left side, right? With Foxy, yeah, she's got... Well, I actually don't know the gender of Foxy. They have the eye patch and the hook for the hand, and what the fuck is this over here? It looks like the golden bunny thing, but just a silhouette of it. You can see the eyes and teeth, but you can also see the ears and the arms. Yeah, it looks like the same animatronic, but it's just standing still and it's a silhouette of it. Oh, see, even the player pointed it out. Look, that wasn't my mouse, that was his, look. Yeah. He was trying to get our attention to look at that. He's like, look at this. And yeah, that was a vertical... It was a vertical hallway like this. Is that curtain in the right spot? I'm gonna go back, before this finishes, I'm gonna go back and look at the map layout of the first game. Because the stage was right there in the middle. Here it looks like the... I'll look at the first two games. Here it looks like the, well, you know, the cafeteria or whatever where they eat. But so does this. Was there two rooms that were like dining areas? Or what was on the far right and top left? Or top right? Maybe that's not a dining area, because it didn't have cups or party hats, like that part. And then what the hell is this supposed to be? This looks like a barricaded door of some kind. Okay, so I think I kind of got a feel for it. We're at night 5, 2 hours and 17 minutes in. Let me go back to night 1. He flips the camera over and over. You can't see anything. Yeah, let's start from night 2 of FNAF 1 real quick. Let's see if the map layout matches this one. I'll mute the video. We've heard these phone calls. Let me speed it up. Okay, here we go. It does. Okay, so it's actually the first location. Yeah. The map layout matches. Which camera is this? What does it say? This looks like the stage, which is where, yeah, there's Bonnie, there's Freddy, and there's Chica. They're on the stage of... Was the second game referencing this? I just thought about the, yeah, because Freddy's in the middle of them. Bonnie's to his right and Chica's to his left. In the second game, when we were able to sort of pan the camera inside of Freddy's point of view, that's exactly how they were set up, and they were looking straight out at the, you know, the dining hall with all the party hats on the tables for, like, the guests and stuff. Yeah. I think even the second game was referencing this. Okay, he goes too fast. Which camera did he click on to get here? Camera 1C. It matches. This is it. Yeah, this is it right here. This is the map layout. Here's the curtain that has Foxy behind it. We saw that in the little 8-bit minigame we just saw in FNAF 3. It was right here. Then he went down. Now it's not exactly right, because here it shows that you have to... Or no, this is one big room. Yeah, this is one big ass room. But in the layout of the little 8-bit minigame, it's like more... It's like a little bit more segregated, I guess. Like the middle portion is inaccessible for this. There's walls there. But it still mostly matches the layout. He went south from here, which took him through this hallway here. And then he went to the security office right there. Now my webcam's kind of in the way, but he went to the right and went up this hallway. Or presumably like this. And so the hidden room is right here. Yeah, the hidden room that the security guard is talking about in the third game, the old tapes, is right here. It's not on the map, and there's no camera for it. The closest camera is camera 7. I don't know if this player ever clicks camera 7. Yeah, cam 1A is the stage, which is the center. That's this block right here. The camera 1A, when he clicks on it, is on Bonnie's side. So Bonnie's right here, Freddy's right here, and Chica's right here. Yeah, they're set up like this, looking out into the crowd. That little 8-bit minigame had us coming off the stage and going around like this. So yeah, this has to be the place. This is the place we're looking at in those little minigames between each night. Shit, now I want to see if he actually clicks on camera 7 at some point. I want to see what's close to the hidden room in the first game. I'm gonna speed it up a little. 4x speed should be enough so I don't miss anything. There it is. Okay, going back to the first night, he clicked on all the cameras at least once. Camera 7 shows... well, it's obviously a hallway. I assume this doorway here is what leads into the main area where people watch the animatronics on stage. They seem to be bathrooms. Which way is this camera facing? Because there's 2 doorways here, as if it's looking at these 2 doorways on the map. Like these 2 rooms. That would make sense if these are restrooms. But the way the camera's positioned on the map looks like it would be looking this way, towards the main room, not this way at these cameras. Or at these little door rooms, sorry. Can't talk with shit. Yeah, I can't tell which way it's looking. It's labeled restrooms, so these have to be it. What was the last camera you switched to? Oh, the one next to the... okay. Assuming it's facing... although I don't know why it would be. But assuming it's facing to the left, which would make the most sense given the camera's position, the hidden room that he's talking about, which is, we assume, where the purple guy keeps coming out from, would be down this hall right here. But if it's facing the other way, then it's behind the camera, so we can't see it. Which would make sense. Because he said it shouldn't be visible on camera, and it shouldn't be visible on the digital map either. Alright. Something to keep in the back of our mind, I guess. There's got to be a reason that the creator is oh my god, I gotta stop that shit. There's got to be a reason the creator, and hence the writer of this, wanted to reference that. Well, let's keep going. We were at 2 hours and 17 minutes in, the beginning of night 5. Or, well, technically the end of night 4. We haven't seen Foxy get dismantled. About to happen though. Here, let me actually watch the walkthrough. See how similar it actually is to the map layout. I'll speed it up though, since we already technically saw this. Oh, you can access the middle area. Yeah, right there. And he tells you to follow him through it too. But the player decides to go around to the security office. Partially to show that, the silhouette of that golden bunny animatronic that's been attacking us. So he goes down the hallway, goes to the security guard area, goes up the right hallway, just like we saw on the map. And then... what was the... I should have checked what that one was labeled. What is that camera before the restrooms? Thank god this guy actually clicks on all the cameras in the first night. I did miss that though. What's camera 6? West Hall corner. Supply closet. East Hall. East Hall corner. Backstage. Kitchen. Oh, that's the kitchen we're seeing. I get it. And then the restrooms. Okay, so we're seeing the kitchen, and then he goes up to the kitchen, reaches the restroom hallway, and then goes into, or attempts to go into the hidden room up here before getting dismantled by the purple guy. Okay, we can go back now. Okay. Unmute this. So this is the kitchen right here. That explains the messy floor and everything. Okay. It's either the kitchen or it's the main room. He bypasses the kitchen, which would have been further right. Yeah, this could just be part of the main area, and then when he goes up here, no, because the main area would have the stage with the animatronics. So no, it is. Yeah, it should be the kitchen. I think the map is kind of rough. Basically, it's not like exactly 1-to-1, but it mostly resembles the place. Yeah, it mostly resembles the first game's location. I think more so than the second game's. Alright, well. Error! And the purple guy dismantled the Foxy animatronic. 12 a.m. 5th night. Another phone call skipped. Shit. Alright, before I switch over to the other video so we can actually hear it. He seems to be playing as a purple bunny thing. It's not the same as this one. Maybe this is the thing that keeps saying follow me, but it just looks like a purple Freddy in those. So I don't know. Okay, before we switch over to the other video, let me see the map layout real quick for the second game. FNAF 2 Night 1 should show it. Yeah, when you first start up FNAF 2, this is from the Freddy... Yeah, from the Freddy animatronics POV, basically. On the stage of the first game. You look to the right, Bonnie. You look to the left, there's Chica. And then out into the main hall is the tables with the party hats and everything. Alright. It says it's me. And we start the game properly. Let's see, when he opens up the camera, let's see what it says. Or how it shows it. Here, I'll mute this, because we've heard this before. Yeah, see? Totally different layout. It's the place from the first game. Camera 9, which is all the way up here, is the show stage. Yeah. They're in the same positioning. Chica is on Freddy's left, from his point of view, and Bonnie's on his right. But the map layout is completely different. So no, it's not this one. It's, yeah, the map layout we're seeing in the little 8-bit things in the third game is not this location. It's the first game. The first game's location. The one closest to it. Alright, we'll switch back to night 5. Unmute. It's at 2:17. Yep, 5th night. Now let's switch over to the other video so we can hear the phone call, because this guy skips it. Goes right into the minigame.
Deflected. I repeat, the classic suits are not to be.
Of course, I accidentally skipped to the fucking... to a jump scare by accident. Jesus Christ. Okay, well now we know what's coming, so... That's gonna make it hard to hear the fucking voice message, though. Because it happens in the middle of it. Alright, here we go.
concerning the safe room. The safe room is reserved for equipment and or other property not being currently used and as a backup safety location for employees only.
Hello?
Let me hear that again.
The safe room is reserved for equipment of company policy.
Hello?
He's talking about the safe room, the hidden room we were just, you know.
The safe room. The safe room is reserved for equipment and or other property
Okay, so the safe room is reserved for equipment and or other property of the company.
not being currently used and as a backup safety
That's not being currently used and it's a backup.
location for employees only. Not being currently used and as a backup safety location for employees only.
It's a backup safety location for employees only.
Hello?
Not a break room. Should not be considered a place for employees to hide and or
It's not a break room, should not be considered a place for employees to hide. I don't know why they would.
not a break room. Should not be considered a place for employees to hide and or congregate. And
And or congregate, okay.
under no circumstance should a customer ever be taken into this room and out of the main show area.
Under no circumstance should a customer ever be taken into this room, the safe room that's hidden, and out of the main show area.
Management has also been made aware that the Spring
Hi.
Bonnie animatronic has been noticeably moved. It's been made aware that the Spring
Hi.
Bonnie animatronic
He said management has also been made aware that the spring Bonnie outfit has been moved.
has been noticeably. Management has also been made aware that the Spring
Hi.
Bonnie animatronic has been noticeably moved. Would like to remind employees not safe
Good thing I had my eyes closed. What the fuck was that? That must be the one that I skipped to by accident.
like to remind
Who was it
employees
though? It's Foxy. Yeah, all zombified and more dilapidated than usual.
not safe to wear under these circumstances. Thank you.
And he's just reminding. I can still make out what the guy's saying. Thankfully, he's just saying he's reminding people that to not wear the classic spring lock suits because they realized one of them has been noticeably moved. So somebody touched it, even though they're not supposed to be touching it. They're assuming an employee or somebody touched it when they weren't supposed to. He called it Spring Bonnie. So I was right to assume that it looked kind of like Bonnie. Except it's a golden brown color instead of purple. Like the Bonnie that we know, right? But there's also a golden Freddy. And a brown one, the normal brown one that we know. So there must be some kind of connection there. There's like two different versions of some of the animatronics. There's a brown Freddy, the one that we know, and then there's a golden one that we've only seen as a ghost. And now there's this spring Bonnie, this golden version of Bonnie that has the spring locks in it. And that's the one that's trying to kill us. In this game.
Remember the animatronic
It's apparently the one that was moved, noticeably. Inside the safe room?
has been noticeably moved to be taken into this room and out of the main show area. Management has also been made aware that the Spring
Hi.
Bonnie animatronic has been noticeably moved. Would like to remind employees not safe to wear under these circumstances. Thank you, and remember to smile. You are the face of Freddy Fazbear's Pizza.
Yeah. Can I land this? Time for Eeps? Yeah, me too. We're almost done with this, thankfully. I've just been pausing a lot to ramble and stuff. But yeah, have a good night, sis. Thank you very much for coming by. I appreciate you. Sleep well. Okay, just like the other video, here comes the... This is the final night, so that should hopefully be the last time we have to switch videos. Alright, let's switch back, and then we're gonna see this minigame play out in the other one too, so... Oh, that's what he clicked on? Look. There it is. He did this. I saw him do this with the mouse. He was showing us that it looks like the animatronic that's trying to kill us. It looks like a dark silhouette of it if you make out the ears right here. So this is a Spring Bonnie. And it's off to the right and in the shadows, just like in the little 8-bit minigame right before this, between night 4 and 5, the one we just completed, where Foxy got dismantled. We went down that hallway. Yeah, there was a Spring Bonnie silhouette. Now we know its name. Off to the right, just like this. Again, the clues they give you, but the way you have to figure it out, you have to have such a sharp eye. Jesus. So you click on it, and then now we play as some kind of weird, evil, twisted, purple version of Spring Bonnie, it looks like. We're going through all the other minigames. Balloon Boys, Chicas, everybody else's. It looks like a bunch of visual glitches. He went out of bounds as usual and landed in the bottom left corner, and just out of nowhere, he landed on top of another little crying ghost kid. And there's the cake showing that you completed the level. And the ghost kid opened his eyes. So that's 5. That's 5 kids right there. Yeah. Now we have, yeah, 5 animatronics, 6 if we still count Mangle. So now that's 6 animatronics, but 5 kids. But does that count as an animatronic? The purple one? The purple Spring Bonnie that we just played as? Because it was separate from the gold one that was also there, which is the one that's trying to kill us here in the main game. So does that count? I don't know. Oh. We got something else. Happiest day. What the hell is this? What do you click on? Some vague ass poster in the back of camera 3? This happiest day, and we're actually playing as a kid with a mask on. But again, it's in black and white. The kid is in black and white as if he's a ghost as well. Not like the other kids sitting there with different masks, but they're in color. I definitely didn't see this last time either. Okay, here we have 4 different kids wearing the masks of the animatronics. There's a Freddy one. Yeah, there's Foxy. There's Bonnie, and there's Chica. Yeah, this is Freddy. This has to be Chica, because it doesn't have any big-ass ears. And then there's Foxy, and then there's Bonnie, so that's 4. And then there's a crying kid. Looks less ghost-like, it's more bright white, kind of like the walls and stuff here. This could be implied not to be a ghost kid. Oh, who the fuck are we playing as, though? Who's this person with the mask? Who's this? The same size as the... Well, all the other kids here. And their mask... Oh! Oh, now I know what that... The 2 blush spots right there. It's the mask of the puppet. So whoever we're playing as here has the mask of the puppet that comes out of the present box in the second game when you let the music box unwind all the way. So yeah, it's the puppet guy. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 animatronics. If you exclude Mangle, that's pretty much all of them. But Mangle is just a newer version of Foxy, so technically Mangle and Foxy can count as 1, right? So then, okay, well what about Balloon Boy? Or maybe this is a mask of Balloon Boy. Because Balloon Boy has the 2 blush spots here too. I think it's the puppet though. I feel like if this was supposed to represent Balloon Boy, it would have the little propeller hat. It wouldn't just be this mask. This has to be the puppet. Oh shit! The crying kid opened his eyes when the cake appeared, like what we usually saw, and then he put on what I assume is probably a golden Freddy mask. Because this one over here is a little darker, so we can assume that's the brown one. This one's lighter, so it's probably the golden Freddy. So how many is that then? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, now we're 6 for 6. Yeah. Yeah, 6 animatronics. 6 kids. This was the 6th kid, if I counted right. Let me just... Night 1, there was no minigame. Night 2, he did Balloon Boys. He found a kid. Balloon Boy and Mangle worked together to find one kid. And then night 3 was Chica. She found the second kid. And then night 4 was the Golden Freddy, which found the third kid. Yeah. Okay, so I miscounted. And the purple spring bonnie here found the fourth kid, and then this is the fifth kid. I'm the one who miscounted, yeah. I was like, 6? Why would there be 6? Yeah. I mean, this makes more sense. I must have double counted, in my mind, I must have double counted, Balloon Boy and Mangle again. They only found one kid between the two of them. Yeah, they only found one crying kid. Yeah, I didn't miss one. Okay. That was night 2. The Balloon Boy found one. Balloon Boy and Mangle found one. Then Chica found one, and then Freddy found the third one. Then the purple spring bonnie found the fourth one at the beginning of night 5. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. And then this is the fifth. The fifth kid is the Golden Freddy mask here. So there's 5 kids and 6 animatronics if you count the puppet back here, but only 5 kids. Okay. I was right, see? It is a puppet. It looks more obvious here now. The kids' bodies disappeared for some reason and their masks fell to the floor. Yeah, it's the puppet. Balloons are floating away. And it's over. 12 a.m. 5th night. I think this is it. We're just finishing the damn stage normally now. Unless there's another minigame coming up. This is the final night, unless they added a 6th night for this one too.
Hello?
Why the hell is it? Oh, I haven't turned my own volume down. I was like, why is it so loud? The zombie ghost Freddy walking by in the background again. Running out of air here. Starting to hallucinate. Passing out. Jesus. Yeah, I think we're good.
Hi. Hello?
I think that's the first time we've seen it crawling through Cam 11 air vent. Healed his ass in there though. He could make his way over here pretty quickly through there.
Hi.
Hi!
Hi.
The fuck? Yeah. It freaked me out too if the audio device started doing that shit. I get why the main character's hyperventilating right now. Why did he hit reboot all? It's just a camera system. Oh shit, he's right here. Oh my god. The spring Bonnie was right in front of the fucking office through the window. Oh, we did it! We made it!
Dylan! You son of a bitch.
Well, now we're playing as a crying kid. Not an animatronic. We just got off the main stage. Going to the kitchen. Or the room next to it. Here's where all the animatronics are dismantled. We're going to the hidden room, finally. And... okay, yeah, this is all the kids. There's 5 of them. The one we're controlling, and then 4 that are blocking the exit. And the purple guy's freaking the fuck out and trying to move back away from them. But what does this have to do with him dismantling the animatronics? Yeah, he's freaking out. He's trying to get away from the ghost kid. He ran and got into the suit, which looks like the spring Bonnie suit. Which is one of the... well, we heard the security guard say it in the audio recordings. It's one of the classic suits with the spring locks in it. Spring Bonnie. And there it goes. Oh, that sound effect. Jesus. And it crushed him. And he's bleeding out because he's just been crushed. Shouldn't even be alive right now. And there he goes. Rest in peace. The end. So it shows the 4 main animatronics. Freddy, Foxy, Chica, and Bonnie. Missing the ears though. That says the end. Just has their headpieces just sitting there. Hmm. They're staying on the screen for a while. Something gonna happen, or the video is still playing? It's not sure. Maybe they got up to piss and didn't edit this part out. I don't know. There does seem to be a sixth night though, from what I'm seeing. I must speed this up. I don't know what the hell we're waiting on. Nothing. They literally just AFK'd and didn't edit that out. Okay. There's a new menu option that says Nightmare. And there's also Extra. Well, now we know. So... kind of? So this thing that's trying to kill us, the only actual animatronic that's trying to kill us, not the other ones, in this game anyway, it's Spring Bonnie, but there's a dead guy inside of it that's been crushed by the spring locks. And from what we saw in those little like 8-bit minigames, it looks like it lured all the animatronics to that safe room for some reason, then dismantled them, and then freaked out at the little ghost kids. But what did the... But what did one have to do with the other? Well, there is something I do remember from when I saw some of these playthroughs back in the day, and that is that I believe this game has 2 endings, if I'm remembering correctly. Here where it says the end, and it shows the animatronics like this, their headpieces, I think if you don't find all the kids in those minigames, or something like that, because I do remember seeing the other ending at least once, these headpieces are still here, but they're glowing. Like there's a glow inside of their eyes. I don't know if it still says the end or if it says something else. I could look up the alternate ending between now and next stream just to check. I could try to look it up right now, but it might take me a minute to find it and I have to go. That's why I said, you know, we're still continuing this franchise next stream, so I can just look it up for next stream. But it still shows a glow, so I think it's implying that these animatronics have spirits in them, which of course the whole game's been... The whole franchise up to this point has clearly had a paranormal thing aspect to it, right? So it's implying that these animatronics have spirits in them, and there's 4 of them, and there was 5 ghost kids. But I think it's implying that 4 of those ghost kids are like their souls are inhabiting these animatronics for some reason, and it has something to do with that purple guy that got crushed by the Spring Bonnie suit that has been trying to kill us in this game. But there's no solid connection yet. We know if we find the kids' souls, I guess, in those little mini games, then I guess when you reach the end, they're free, right? But what does that have to do with the purple guy getting into the suit and dying? Like, did he do something to those kids? Did he kill them? We only see him dismantle the animatronics that represent the kids, the ones that they supposedly inhabit. But why is he doing that? Does he know that the souls of the kids are in the animatronics? And if so, what does he have against them? There's still so many unanswered questions, even just from this ending. Like, this doesn't really tell us everything of what's going on here. That's probably on purpose. You know, it's probably more sequel bait, which would make sense given that at this point, Scott knows the game's hella popular, so why wouldn't he have plans to make more games, right? So yeah, that's our... So far, I guess that's the only speculation we can really make right now. Let's see if anything new happens on the 6th night.
Hello? This is just to inform all employees that due to budget restrictions, the previously mentioned safe rooms are being sealed at most locations, including this one. Work crews will be here most of the day today, constructing a false wall over the old store face. Nothing is being taken out beforehand, so if you left anything inside, then it's your own fault. Management Management also requests that this room not be mentioned to family, friends, or insurance representatives. Thanks again, and remember to smile. You are the face of Freddy Fazbear's Pizza.
So they're trying to cover up what happened. That's the only explanation for this. Based on what we just saw from the ending of the game, the little 8-bit sequence and everything, it sounds like what he just said is that they're going to seal the safe room at every location. Every location they have that has a safe room, they're going to seal them off. They're going to seal it off so that nobody can access it or even know it's there. They're going to completely cover it up. What other motive would they have to do that other than the fact that they probably walked in and saw that that guy was dead and trapped inside the spring suit? Right? They're trying to cover up the fact that somebody died in one of those suits by putting it on. It clearly wasn't an employee. Like, I was trying to hide from those ghost kids, but I doubt he was one of the employees that worked at the place. He was just trying to hide in that suit, not knowing that that the spring lock mechanisms were faulty, which is what got him killed. And so we can assume, based on that the spring Bonnie that's trying to kill us here is basically a zombie. An actual zombie of a human being inside of a suit. Still paranormal, obviously. Because obviously it's the guy's soul still controlling his dead body inside the suit, trying to kill whoever this security guard is. We didn't get a name this time. There was no paycheck or anything. But yeah, what this audio recording is telling us at the beginning of the 6th night is that they were trying to cover that up. That somebody got killed in one of the springlock suits. And so they decided to seal the room with him still in it. And then whoever started this horror attraction, the surfer dude who called us at the beginning of night 1 and 2, he must have found it. Since this is many years into the future, he must have unburied the restaurant that specifically had that guy in the springlock suit trapped in the back, and he found it and brought it here. Or maybe this is the restaurant. And then turned it into a horror attraction without realizing he unsealed a paranormally possessed, zombified person inside of a springlock suit, basically, who's trying to now kill the security guard. I'll listen to the phone call one more time because it's quick and short, just to verify that I got my shit straight.
Hello? This is just to inform all employees that due to budget restrictions, the previously mentioned safe rooms are being...
Due to what restrictions?
That due to... Hello? Restrictions. This is just to inform all employees that due to budget restrictions...
Oh, right, we're watching the one that actually has the captions. I should just turn those on. I got so used to having to switch to the other video that didn't have captions, I forgot I could turn them on for this one.
This is just to inform all employees that due to budget restrictions...
Budget restrictions, thank you. Okay, the AI that made the closed captions could hear it better than I could.
The previously mentioned safe rooms are being sealed at most locations, including this one.
Most locations, including this one. Okay. And we know the one he's talking about has to be the one from the first game.
Work crews will be here most of the day today, constructing a false wall over the
Work crews will be here constructing a false wall.
old door face. Nothing
Over the old door face. Okay.
is being taken out beforehand.
See, there it is. The fact that nothing's being taken out before they seal it is because they're trying to cover up what happened.
So if you left anything inside, then it's your own fault. Management also requests
If you left anything inside, it's your own fault.
this room not be mentioned to family, friends, or insurance representatives.
Management also requests that this room not be mentioned to family, friends, or insurance representatives. Yeah.
Thanks again, and remember to smile. You are the face of Freddy Fazbear's Pizza.
Typical shady corporations, eh? They never change.
Do bullshit. Son of a
Assholes. Well, what do you expect them to do? It's their incentive structure that they're surrounded by. Profit over everything. Why wouldn't they do that? Cover up anything that can make them lose money. Why wouldn't they? Gotta maximize those profits.
Hello?
Forever and always. above all else. Ding, ding.
Hello?
Yeah, I don't think that silhouette's meant to be what I thought it was. I think I'm just seeing shit. I still see it, but I'm like, I don't think that's the intention. It could be, though. The silhouette that I see in the static. Could be intentional, it could just be my mind seeing what it wants to see based on what's happening in the game and its story. I don't know. Considering how many subtle little things are lore related or not are hidden all over the game, I wouldn't be surprised if it was intentional what I'm seeing. But it's so like, when I look at it in different ways, it can actually be almost completely indiscernible. So it might not be what I think it is, I don't know.
Hi.
It would make sense if it was. The silhouette I'm seeing looks like a crying ghost kid. It's just the angle, you know. It's obviously not an 8-bit either.
Hi.
Like where I see it, this is like its left eye, and then this would be its right eye, and this is its mouth. And so this would be its head right here, like this. And then its feet are right here, and he's holding his feet because he's like in like the fetal position.
Hi.
And that's this whole thing right here. Oh shit! That was Foxy. He turned away before he got jump scared by it though.
Hi. Hi.
Hi! We made it!
You son of a bitch.
It burns! Fazbear's Fright burns to the ground. Aww, the horror attraction we were looking after from... It burned down, just like he warned it probably would. A new local attraction based on an ancient pizzeria chain burned down overnight. I mean, we were there overnight, so there was no fire. The hell? Authorities have not ruled out foul play, but at the moment it seems to have been caused by faulty wiring. I mean, that explains all the systems constantly going down. Very little was found at the scene. The few items that were salvaged will be sold at public auction. Uh-oh. Totally not foreshadowing, are they? Or I should say, is he? Remember, one person worked on this game, as far as I know. It was just Scott. That seems to be foreshadowing. A few items were salvaged and will be sold at public auction. I wonder if I'm implying it's what's in the photo, which is a tiny little Freddy Fazbear toy. Looks like the one that was on the security guard desk in front of us the whole time. We'll see how that ties into everything later, I guess. Now the extra. So the nightmare was the 6th night. Extra does... what is this? Animatronics, minigames, jump scares, and cheats. Oh shit, yeah, this is the thing that was trying to kill us. We get to get a close-up look at it. This is Spring Bonnie with somebody squished inside of it. Can you see the person's like organs, and there's like blood and like what's implied to be flesh, essentially, tied around all the mechanical parts. Right there. See that? Very gruesome looking. Oh, that must be the ghost foxy or whatever that has been jumping out at us. Yeah, there's the zombie balloon boy that we've seen a couple times on the camera. Well, apparently we never saw this one, but there was some kind of weird zombie chica that almost looks like it's made of watermelons. Because it's all, the way it's dilapidated almost looks like watermelons to me. There's Freddy with the microphone. Yeah, we saw him walking in the background. Yeah, he was holding a mic. It did look, I recognize the microphone in his hand. He was holding that when he was shambling past the window. Oh, it's the puppet. The phantom puppet. Oh, their names are in the bottom right. Shit. I didn't realize I didn't see it myself, and then my webcam's covering it for you guys. Springtrap. Well, that's what it's called? Do you see the flesh? Even on the near the feet. The bloody ass flesh, you can see it through the casing. So it's officially called Springtrap. The Spring Bonnie was the zombie person inside of it. Okay, so we got Springtrap, Phantom Foxy, Phantom Balloon Boy, Phantom BB, Phantom Chica, Phantom Freddy, and Phantom Puppet. I assume if they're phantoms, that means all they can do is jump scare you like the Foxy one did, but they can't kill you. Only Springtrap can kill you, I think. So these phantoms are just hallucinations we see from the air vents going down and all that. Well, the ventilation getting cut off. There's the mini games 1, 2, 3, and 4. The Balloon Boy, Mangle, Chica, Golden Freddy, and then the purple Springtrap looking dude, which I assume is probably the purple guy who went into the Springtrap suit and, you know, got killed. Yeah. Those 5 minigames. Between Balloon Boy and Mangle, they found one of the kids. And 2, 3, 4. And the 5th kid was the one with the Golden Freddy mask. That the puppet kid found or whatever. Oh, we get to see all the jump scares without me having to look at another video. That one kind of got me because I wasn't expecting that as soon as he switched to it. Jesus. Okay, so this is, I'm guessing, how Springtrap kills you? Jesus. That was the first one. There's a second one. It's a subtle difference, but I see it. Why is there 2 animations, I wonder? Oh, I think one animation is if he comes in from the door on the left, and then there's another animation for if he comes into the vent on the right. From our POV. The security guard's POV. Oh, that must be, that's Chica, if she jumps out at you. We saw that one with Foxy. That's Freddy. And that's Balloon Boy? Okay, so Balloon Boy can jump out at you too. What about the puppet? How come there was none for the puppet? Cheats! We got Fast Nights, Radar, Aggressive, and No Errors. This game actually came with built-in cheats you could unlock, I guess. Kinda cool. Alright. What's this? Is this the next game? Five Nights at Freddy's 4 Night 1. Same year, 2015. So he released 2 of these games every year. Do you guys see this over here? That looks like Freddy's nose. He's got really sharp pointy teeth right here. 5 days until the party. Okay, yeah, this is the beginning of FNAF 4. So that'll be next stream, which will be a week from now. What's today? Wednesday, right? Yeah, so next Wednesday is when I'll be back. Let's look at the jump scares real quick, and then I'll do my little outro and we're out of here. Oh, this isn't the jump scares. This is sorry. I know we just saw them on the little bonus screen, but I want to see them in game. I still want to see them in game. What did it say? Springtrap left. Oh, see, I was right. If he comes in from the left, see, he's peeking right there. Yeah. Springtrap from the right. He comes into the air vent on the right side. There he is. Phantom Freddy. So if you look at him, instead of just paying attention to your camera, he jumps out at you like that. Okay. Phantom Chica. You can see her on cam 7, and then... Okay. If you see her on the camera, and then you turn to the left, there she is. Phantom Foxy. Wait. What triggers this one? I don't know. Is there somebody hanging from this? Does this imply to be someone hanging from the ceiling, or is this just like loose cables? Could be either. No, in this game it could be the one. Phantom Mangle? Oh, we didn't see that one either. It's that audio glitch that was forming when the guy fixed it. In the playthrough we were just watching. And there's Mangle behind the window. So if you don't fix this audio glitch, Mangle will do this. Actually, Mangle seems to be the audio glitch. He didn't actually jump out at us, that was it. He just appeared over there and behind the window. Phantom Balloon Boy. We saw this plenty of times, but it never jumped out at us. Oh, that's why. It's because the person just... The other player would just switch cameras and then switch back. I guess that's how you make them go away without doing that. If you notice, every time they do that, it causes a system error. So it's in your best interest to avoid being jump scared by them. Even if they can't kill you, they can cause system errors if they jump out at you, which gives Springtrap an advantage because you have to go fix them, and then he can reach you while you're trying to fix them. So these phantoms, they can't kill you, but they're helping Springtrap kill you, essentially, by distracting you and ruining the systems that you rely on. Phantom Puppet. Oh, that's eerie. Your vision starts to go out, and then he just plays this awful noise and follows your gaze wherever you look. He just stays right in front of you. Okay, then. Alright. Oh, when I hit spacebar to stop it, the video had ended, so it just hit replay instead. Yeah. Or it just hit replay because it was the end of the playlist, so... That's probably what happened. Alright then, so there's the jump scares. Alright. Cool, so we're done. We got a hell of a lot more lore, which opened up way more questions than answers. Yeah, it gave us no answers really. It just Well, I guess some. No, yeah, okay. So the answers it gave us is that the animatronics are presumably possessed by the ghosts of children. But the why of that is what we don't know yet. But it has something to do with this motherfucker here, which we now know is called Springtrap. Specifically with the person that went into the Spring Bonnie suit and became Springtrap when it killed him, and now he's a zombified Spring Bonnie corpse animatronic hybrid walking around. He was in a sealed room, but it got unsealed when this guy decided to make this horror attraction. Yeah, there's something to do with him. Some beef he's got with those ghost kids that are presumably inhabiting the other animatronics. That's pretty much all we know. That's what this game introduced. And so now we have to carry that information into the next game and go from there. Which is, you know, Five Nights at Freddy's 4. We'll see what happens, but that'll be next week. For now, I'm out. So let me get the... I think I made sure not to turn off the... Yes, I didn't close it. Good. The, I got my music ready for the outro. So yeah. Let's send it out in style. Or rather... Yes, I remembered at the last second. I'm gonna go out with a specific song. The one that I ended last time with, I didn't tell people what it was called, and some people might want to know. So let me go to that song. Oops, I clicked on the wrong one. It's this one. Yeah, this one. Alright, so for those who wanted to know, this is this classical sounding music. It's not an actual classic song, but it's in that style. It's specifically like a waltz, I think. Don't take my word on that. I don't know my classic shit that well. It sounds like a waltz. This is there we go. See if I can fix that permanently. Anyway, this is a waltz style song, I think, from Maple Story, believe it or not. It's from a boss fight. So spoilers alert, the name has a spoiler in it, so I'm just letting you know right now. I was still playing Maple Story when this boss fight came out, so it's not a spoiler for me. It's Dark Irive. It takes place in Dark Irive. And it's called Empress Cygnus, Cygnus Garden. So if you look up Cygnus Garden Maple Story background music on YouTube, you'll probably find it. I'm listening to, or the video I'm playing is a compilation of, like all the Maple Story tracks up to a certain point. But yeah, it's the Cygnus Garden, which plays for the boss fight of Empress Cygnus. Came out a long time ago. I don't think I ever listened to the track before this though, because I never fought her. I didn't know I had such a, you know, a graceful song, this boss fight. It's nice, isn't it? It's great, right? Anyway, that's all from me for now. So as always, thank y'all very much for watching. I appreciate the support across Twitch, YouTube, and any other platform I end up on. As always, please stay safe, take care, and don't die. And until next time, I hope you all have a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, and night. See y'all then. Peace. Oh yeah, I'm not playing the... what's it called? I forgot I'm not playing the version that I can put on repeat. This is the... I literally just said it too. This is the compilation of a bunch of other music, so I gotta manually replay it. There we go. Alright. So yeah, I didn't say it last time. There it is. For those who are curious about what song this was, there you go. Alright, good night everybody. Have a good one. I'll see y'all next week.
Dylan! You son of a bitch.